And hello there, everyone. Osage Orange here, and welcome to another episode of Midwestern Minecraft. We are here on episode number 63 of this series. Do appreciate everybody who's come out. I hope that your guys' time zone, whatever your guys' time zone is, is most wunderbar. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Stumbling over my words. So, on the agenda for today, we are going to be doing some more wood collection stuff for getting chests for Dosh item sorter. So, as that, we can just make things easier in that regard. Hooray! Yay! So, that is going to be our thing. Hopefully we can get ourselves to the point to where we can also have, knock on wood, have some little bit of construction. No guarantees as to how much of that stuff we can do on the actual item sorter itself. But hopefully we can get some work on it done. Getting the item sorter all done in, built up a little bit more, even just a smidge. Remember, we don't have after all the work we've done on the smelter. I just about done goof, guys. Canopy cells activated. Need to back up my what's it folder. Let me anti-dum-dum. Anti-dum-dum is always a wunderbar thing. I would rather anti-dum-dum versus non-dum-dum. So let's see here. Come on, Minecraft, do your thing. So, as mentioned, Sunday, 2 days ago now, Tree Dad and we went to a dealio. It was for the Harp Twins. Let me go ahead here, and I should be able to find I should have had these... some links here ready, but of course, as is usual for me, I am not ready in that regard. But it's a thing. Let's see here. All right, so here is a link to their website, harptwins.com, and this second link is a cover they did of Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin that they did in conjunction with another pair of twins, the Wolfgang twins. And so and I at first, when Tree Dad showed me, told me about the Harp Twins, and of course I later found out about the Wolfgang twins. I had the thought for myself of, it was like, this might be worth going to. So that's why I ultimately said, yeah, well, we can go. And he's the one who discovered them, so it's he really wanted to go see them. They had a pretty good concert. It was at in Lake City, Iowa. So Tree Dad and I, we had to drive several hours and back to the venue. It was, in its own way, of course, worth the drive. And so basically we went and did the thing, and going from there. Like I said, with it being, for us at least, several hour drive away, because we, of course, it was the closest for us, closest practical venue for us to go to. There were others that would technically be reachable, but would be farther afield, and we were like, yeah, let's go for the closest possible venue, even if it is several hours away by driving. So that is ultimately what we did. And part of me had really been hoping they had managed to have the Wolfgang twins with them on this event, and of course they did. And so, and when they played Immigrant Song, it was like, oh yes, yes! And they did a very sporting job. Just making sure I've cleared out all the canopy there. Going to see. Yeah, part of me was really wanted to, be able to stay home and do more regular stuff, but it was a case of let's just go do something a little bit different. I am one of these sorts of trees that I love having a routine. There are those times that being able to have a break in that routine is also a good thing. And that's kind of what I needed. Even so close after the end of vacation, I did, in my own way, I did kind of need it. Let's see here. Let's yank out some more saplings here while we're waiting for these other canopy leaf blocks and this other canopy that we've just taken out. While we're waiting for those blocks to despawn. Yeah, in between this episode and last episode, hadn't really honestly got much done. Between having work, the concert, and other stuff. So, yeah, it's like I said, IRL is an IRL thing. Go ahead here and start tapping into the power of these brethren right here. We did do a little bit of stuff last time, and I have gotten a little bit done off cam, but not much. I would rather be frank in that matter. And be truthful. Life in its own way is a juggling act. rather have, you know, just honestly, you know, with the trip and all that, I was like, there's no way in heck I'm going to be able to get some of my errands done, other errands and chores done, on, you know, and then be able to stream on Monday. So that's why I said, you know, Monday is more than likely, and of course, you know, I mentioned, you know, Grand Strategy Sundays and not Midwestern Minecraft, Titan Quest the Loot Grind, there we go, being canceled, because I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to, because I have to do bark, I got to do some other chores, you know, shopping, run a few errands, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I did, like I said, I did manage to squeeze in just a smidge of time, but not a lot. To do a little bit of my Christmas shopping, mostly for Tree Family and all that. It's not that me and the roommates don't exchange gifts. We just, you know, we just sort of, you know, try to have a little bit of a good time together on holidays. You know, whenever we're not with family or that sort of thing. Wondering how full is my inventory. Oh, we're good. Starting to get some more brethren. Power of my virtual botanical brethren. I'm gonna have to come through and do a top off on all these dispensers at some point. Oh, we're waiting for some of these guys to further. What's it? Boom. Leaf blocks to decay. There we go. You know, I know there's a term. I'm trying to remember the term. It's not hummus. It's hummus is made from ground chickpeas. What is that? What is that term I'm trying to remember? There's a term for leaf, you know, for leaf matter and similar stuff, you know, like for grass, leaves, etc., etc. Gosh darn it, what is that term I'm thinking of? I know there's a term for it. It's almost not time, so we will do a little bit of a quick trip up, and I just saw another couple blocks. Come on, boys. It's actually this last brother in here seen to. Sorry, my sibling. Sapling right there. I'm thinking about it. Like I said, I'm trying to remember what this frickin' term is. I know Tree Dad has had the term. I'm gonna have to get in touch with him because I know there's a, like I said, I know there's a term for it. I'm just Canopy's going. Yeah! All right. While we're here, just might as well do this. That way we can make sure that keep room for more stuff. We'll try to keep some room for more stuff. Your saplings there, brethren. Sure to try to start a little early so I can get to bed here after a while, guys. I will admit. Get rid of those leaf blocks right there. Sorry, Mr. Birch Tree there. I'm just waiting for all the, we're in part waiting for the leaf blocks to despawn to get the more saplings, but also to get, more of the, seedling, or saplings we need. Technically, I could argue that they should be called seedlings, but, you know, it's they've been called saplings for so long now. I don't think trying to change it now, you know, if Mojang were to try to change it now, there'd be a lot of backlash. I think technically they should be called seedlings. At least a benefit. We'll have, of course, have more sticks for ladders, assorted torches, other material, blah, blah, blah. may have to get ourselves a new axe too. Another nice little, I think we'll do is, I need to go double check what I've got downstairs in the enchanted book stuff I got. Let's see, this guy is mending, but I'd have to go, have to go see how we could, come in from the top of the smelter on the metals there. On the metal side, because I know I've run that stuff. That way I can, hop, not be on the same level as the XP, be at least a block, probably 2 or 3 above it. We can then, let the experience, drop into a hopper and then hop down on the hopper with this axe, of course, selected, and be able to fix it. That tree. Go suck up some more stuff here, guys. Alright, let's quickly dump some of this stuff here off. I did not mean to try to go break my roots in the system there. In the water collection system there. Let us head downstairs here to the smelter. Ready! Yeah, instead of coming at it from the side here. It's going to be inconvenient. Yeah, that's how I got the... Well, at least we got some repairing on that one. There we go. Didn't take too much, so we'll just quickly just toss these guys down into the system. I'll have to come back and oops, come on. Have to pull that stuff out later and disenchant myself a degree. Oh. Before we go zooming up the thing, I know it's going to be a thing. And, come on. Yeah. Looks like drop the stream. Well, this is why I've been recording started recording locally on my rig, so as that stuff. So yeah, camels, I know you're there. It was so long ago that we did Camel Quest. I even think, you know, if I even yanked up all the redstone here on the tree farm, I don't think it'd be enough redstone. That could be a thing. I know that if we ever had any wandering traders come around, I'd have to see if they sold any redstone. Have to double check the village over yonder, too. That would be another source of redstone. Do that. Oh, I shouldn't say hate. Dislike. How about that? Okay. There is that. You know, that would be a thing to do. Potential future tree farm design would be to try to simplify things, would be to run the circuits over. But at the same time, you might run into the thing where it's, yeah, that, you know, it runs right here, and then you would need a repeater, and you'd have to adjust the farm and all that. That blah, blah, blah. I'm going to go ahead here. Want to put some of those saplings away. Excuse me, but it felt good. That's why I like having my brethren help me out with these tree farms. Twig fingers have really been bothering me, despite the fact that I've been trying to take care of them. It's nice that some of these guys grow up to be nice and tall, so that you can get a lot of dark oak out of them. course, that means, you know, a lot more chests per one tree. You know, say if one tree does, say, 24 blocks and another does 18, obviously that the 18er is going to be a little bit less productive than the 24 block one. Ow. Ow. I said I hate having to take care of myself in the wintertime just because it's so difficult with the dry air that, you know, makes my particle cracked up and all that, dried out. Next world, we're definitely going to have to make sure that we get the smelter, especially the smelter and the item sorter as our two big priorities. Of course, you know, we're just also going to need the material in conjunction with that. So what I'm thinking is would have to be a tree farm and a skelly farm. And of course, in conjunction with the and I'll sugarcane farm too. But and would have to be something I would have to consider would be a fairly, you know, I would build part of it, you know, a sugarcane farm, you know, equip a composting system with it, and go from there. We may not need to worry about planting again, guys. At least for now. We may do at least some more planting, depending on how much more wood we get. Because we're still going to need, you know, stacks of chests. Stacks upon stacks of chests. late evening in here in this Minecraft world, so, or late afternoon, early evening, I should say. It's been close enough range of this tree these two trees right there for it to stay still. Go ahead and go sleepy bye. Don't worry, Burbles. I am busily taking care of my own brethren, and don't worry, your nests are safe. Worry not, the fellow user of trees. Do not worry. This is a dedicated tree farm. What goes up is quickly, albeit unfortunately, very quickly taken down. Hope you're doing well, Burbles, and Burbles Land. I still need to do that. Do this. Come. Excuse me. Sorry, I did not mean to blow any headphones users out. I still need to come around here and install access thing on this side without having to hop around all the bloody time. Hope you're doing well, Burbles. Yeah, I know that exact feeling. I am all too familiar with that exact feeling. Life just really sucks. I know life's not supposed to be easy, but still, you think there's some people in this world that would understand that, you know, trying to help others out. That's what I'm trying to do, is provide people watch my stuff. 3 more trees, yeah. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Might stand up here and stretch in just a second once Thank you, Burbles. That is much appreciated. Much appreciated. Gosh darn it, I am stumbling over my words today. I realize that, you know, not physically stumbling, metaphorically stumbling. Darn it! Even though I got, spent a decent chunk of time sleeping, Sunday into... Sorry, guys. Even though I spent a chunk of time sleeping Sunday into yesterday, still tired as heck. Well, of course, my job isn't helping any either, so not to be totally unexpected, of course. Come on. Hey, Lil, how's it going? Yes, indeed. Been working on a lot of wood, trying to get more wood for the item sorter, since I am running very, very low on redstone. Excuse me. I am doing myself a favor, since I obviously need more redstone to work on the smelter. I'm trying to get myself some more dark oak, so as that I can get some more of it installed. So... entirely chuck you guys in here. Where's that hashtag? There you go. Just boom. Excuse me again. Give me that sapling. Thank you. Hello, Wayne. It's raining. Quickly turn off the sound here, because I know it's not just going to drive other people crazy, it's going to drive me up a wall too. Whew. Hope you're doing good there, Lil. Come on. Whew. Enough room, so craft that up. Boom. Boom. Now, it's always interesting to have, once you get past, that certain point of... Excuse me, capacity. Yeah, I know that feeling. In my case, I gotta wind down after my night job, so... But, yeah, it's just trying to get stuff happening. Trust me, I know a thing or 3 or 5 or 200, it seems, about layers. Oh, Lil, I got something for ya. Well, I'm thinking about it. Well, I am thinking about it. Yes, Twee is using his canopy. Let me pull this up. There was a thing on a sciencey channel I follow called Kurzgesagt. And they had a thing. The most, one of their most recent videos, like, there we go. There we go. Found it. I knew it was one of their more recent videos, like within the last 3 weeks or something like that. There is the link. That is good. That is the first video in what Kutzkazat is doing in a series about trees. In this case, that's not. They're talking about the main. What one would consider the main body of a tree. You know, the tree equivalent of the torso, the trunk. Of course, you know, trees, we also have canopies where all our leaves live. And we have roots, which are our feet, and they go into the ground. So, there was a lot of stuff I knew there, but I actually learned some more about my tree anatomy. Just a second here. Gotta go get my water bottle. Gotta get myself some water. Water is good. Water is love. Water is life. So, yes. Yeah, that's totally okay. One of the other, some of the other, oh, there we go. It's close enough to nighttime. We can go biddy bye. Rain go bye bye. It's not the fact that I hate rain. It's just that when you're busy trying to, get stuff done. Excuse me, but it felt good. Trying to get stuff done. Not being able to do everything one wants is a thing. Hi, back. What you do with burbles? Did you permanently borrow burbles and take them into a place you can't talk about? Yes, Tree just did a snarky snark. Yes, yes, I did. Hopefully it is in your chat there, Burbles. At least if you're watching, hopefully, you know, it doesn't matter if you're on mobile or PC, or computer, I should say. Well, that's 16 and a half stacks. That is not freaking bad for all the harvesting we did. That is not freaking bad. Before we grow any more virtual, yeah, it's, well, we're actually sort of in transition, there a little, because, I don't have quite enough redstone, and why did I go this way? Talking about the smelter, I don't have enough redstone for the smelter. I'm down to like, so, how much redstone do I got with the smelter? I do not, remember how much free redstone I have. I know it's here. Where are you? That's stuff that... This is all the redstone I got. And basically running circuitry for a control panel with this amount of dust in the form of a block and dust. That many comparators. Well, I don't really need comparators, but that's all the repeaters I got. All the redstone torches I got. And basically, we have got wired on this side of the smelter. Come on. Everything that is pulled down, or most everything pulled down, is in this position right here. I think that's about the only exception. Those are the only guys that are wired. So yeah, it's well, we might have another thing wired here. This is wired. This is wired. These guys are ready to go. So we'll follow the circuit back. Yeah. I'm gonna have to spend some time mining. And the thing of it is, I'm also in a very much a catch-22 sort of thing. Is that needing to go mine for more stone? You weren't here for the. You are correct in the fact of storage. You've already seen this thing several times. Let's weave our way through here. This is, of course, its own kettle of fish. The item sorter, which needs, of course, a lot of hoppers, but also even more chests. So, all these chests you see around here that we've got up. These are at least to my immediately... Yeah, that's a good way to put it there, Burbles. I never seem to have enough. As you see, we've partly got, I think it's 8 guys right here built up. I've been doing some reorganization on the placement of stuff as I've realized, as I've scratched parts of my canopy, I've realized, oh, wait a minute, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to move this over there, I need to move this over here, blah, 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 and I was like, ah! And of course, the thing we're gonna have to do is tear all this out to make more storage, and to further, of course, complicate things, let's go up topside to the very top of the item sorter. Gonna need more redstone! Because of course, the item filters, which is, of course, you got, gonna have, your torches, you gotta have repeaters, comparators, dust, of course, sort of thing, And so, what is this gonna need? Yeah. It's that same kind of thing there, Burbles. So now that we've gotten a little bit of a spine on our blah 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 blah. Now that we have a spine of our chest situation, chest, double chest, first double chest, and second double chest, and then right over there, third double chest. Get some water there so I don't. Oh. Look at this. I got more dark oak over here. Let's. We may not need to worry about some of all this stuff here, guys. Well, not quite as bad as I was afraid of. Now am I? Now am I, Babbles? Sticks is what I was looking for. Department of Duh. Let's see here. Break these down. Break them down. Break them down. Get out of the way. Break it down. Break it down. Come on. There we go. Sometimes it's just easy to forget how to do stuff the way I want. Because if I can spare myself a little bit of trouble making up chests and all, or at least save some of this trouble. For now, at least. There's always going to be future time where a tree is going, ah! I need more stuff. So it's ow. Hello, oxodals in the oxodal pool. Heard them chirping right there. Now, I've already got some plans in mind, Burbles, for my next world. And this one is nowhere near done. This one is nowhere near done. Alright. I'm just tabulating right here. What did I do now, Burbles? What in the bloody blazes did I do to give you a frickin' idea? What, by me just doing something a little simple, did I do to make your brain place go idea, idea, idea? Yeah, I'm not done yet, Burbles. I am nowhere near done. You've already seen parts of the smelter that need to be finished. The item sorter needs to be finished. And have you seen the hall? The hall is nowhere even near done. It is nowhere even near done. I mean, would you think that this is the hall of a mountain tree king? Does this look like something that is complete? It is nowhere near done. I have no bloody sitting for anybody for a feast. There are no banners on the Y pillars. There are still places where I have to dig stuff out, like right here, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. I have to install a throne right. Where's the Tower of Trees? This is... you're just... Burbles. You're thinking too hard. You are thinking far too hard. I don't need no Tower of Trees. This is the Grand Hall. It is very much designed to not only invoke a Christian cathedral, even though we're not supposed to be talking religion, but I'm taking that element, that architectural element, crossing it with a Nordic mead hall. See the stuff that I posted at the start of stream, although Lil, you weren't here for that. I just got so much stuff left to do! And I have a real job, and not only that, I am a content creator who does not solely focus on Minecraft. I mean, that's why I do... Yeah. It's that old adage from Daedalus 822, build big or go home. Build big or go home. Okay. We are gonna go ahead here. It is time to yank out our trees, our saplings, our sappy saps. I know we won't be able to do all of the trees I would want, however. I'm gonna do just a smidge more tree stuff. Get myself some more dark oak. Come on. Come on. There we go. Thank you. I hate when I do that. Dislike. Don't say hate, tree. I dislike that too. Yeah. Let's see here. We'll go ahead here and plant these guys. This is, I know it's a broken record, but I would just love to be able to win the lottery. Yeah, it's, don't get me wrong, I've only played a little bit of modded, mostly, of course, did, like, 5 years ago now, it was, like, Galacticraft. It was, like, yeah, 2020. Yeah, it was 2020 when I did Galacticraft. And that is compared to like some mods like All the Mods or Stone Factory or stuff like that. You know, that is yeah, it's that's the thing is, Burbles, you know, it's, you know, there's always these stories online, and there's some credence to them, too. that people, who win the lottery, they within a couple of years they lose it. There are these horror stories of people who have won the lottery, lost all their winnings, within a couple of years, and they've gone to broke. In some cases, a story of rags to riches, back to rags. And part of my heartwood is honestly sorry for those sorts of people that that they end up in a situation where we'll go ahead. Some weird generation as I was walking there. Part of my heartwood is honestly very sorry for those sorts of people that they may be working 2-3 jobs, low-paying jobs for whatever reason, and then they win the lottery, and then a few years later they're back to where they once were. As I have said, I know I've discussed about how I invest and all that. I would invest the heck out of that money. Let's just say if I won, got $100 million on a $250 million lotto payout, I would invest that money to beat the band. Just invest like even if the stock market was going to crash the day after. I would just invest the heck out of stuff. Why? Because use the dividends. That's what I'm doing with a portion of my earnings right now. Is I am buying stocks for that is of course that's a given. That is a given. That is a given. Pay off any debts first, any outstanding bills. Etc., etc., etc. And then, of course, like I said, I would invest the heck out of that stuff. Of course, I would also donate to charity, too. But I would try to be selective in such a manner first. Try to do some research about whatever charity I would want to donate to. Etc., etc., etc. But as it is, I am far more likely to have to get a big truck at work and have to work hard that way. Of course, gambling is honestly not a way to really... You lose more money than you actually earn with gambling. So that is... I have done gambling. I am old enough. I am technically old enough. I have enough rings to gamble. But I have seen that with my own suppy eyes. I have seen that firsthand. How gambling just goes... And so... Yeah. Wait, what the... Oh, these guys never got their treat. I thought I did these guys. I was like, why aren't those guys grown? Oh. That's why. No. Just gave myself some more stuff. But yeah, it's a Although very, very inconvenient. I would rather take having an IRL job and at least a known source of income over constantly gambling away my money. Besides, trying to save up money and even being able to every now and again give a sub to someone or membership, on Twitch and YouTube respectively. Doing that sort of thing, I feel, is a far better use of my money when I can spare it. That's always a good thing in my book. For example, I know that I'm helping Heiss out by having a channel membership on his YouTube channel. Doing just the cheap option. But, hey, he provides a lot of good content for trains. It's just, now, gosh darn it, now I'm thinking of the, from Astif movie, the I Like Trains kid, how he just goes, I like trains. Finally, this past year, I finally back in May got to meet him in person, and I still remember, finally once the museum itself finally opened, and I got to see him just before they had the parade of trains, and getting to finally talk to him in person. That was, oh my god. It was a moment, literally 2 years in the waiting, that it finally happened. Of course, it took me in my nature that I'd like to have. I plot, I plan, I scheme, I prepare. Doing all that jazz is, taking all that and blah, 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 blah. Of course, I also finally got to take a ride on the Durango and Silvertons, and that was awesome. I don't remember, Burbles. Do you like steam trains? I don't remember if you do or not. I've heard of that series, but I've never watched it. Maybe that's where Tom Ska got the what became known as the I Like Trains meme. I've heard of that series. As I said, I've heard of that series, but I've never seen it. Alright, I don't remember, did I ever show you any of my train videos from my May trip? Because if you didn't, because if you haven't seen them, I can show you. Alright, did I ever show you any of the Silverton stuff? That was the 9-hour train ride I took. Pause it to the stuff. I don't, obviously I don't want to show you something you've already seen. If possible. Of course, I'm already scheming for a trip. Well, that would be a thing. All right, let's just a sec here. I'm going to throw up my break screen, so as that I can pull stuff up, or at least some stuff up. Let's see here. Yep, come on. Okay. So, Bibles. Boom. Here is, this was back in mid-May. So this is, of course, the steam locomotive that pulled my train. This is formerly Denver and Rio Grande Western number 482, now Durango and Silverton number 482. It is a 282 Mikado steam locomotive. So let me turn down make sure the volume is down just a little bit here so I don't blow headphones using it. Okay. You remember this one. That's good. Just do a little bit of crossing here. So what's been happening is that the 42 is coming up from, we'll back up the video here. This track right here that it's on goes back toward the roundhouse where the locomotives are kept and maintained. It's coming up, there's a switch further up the track here that they cross over the switch here to the main line, and then it'll back down in the next video. We won't worry about the details of that, but it backs down onto the train that we see right here. We have a boxcar right here in between that will serve as an intermediary, a sort of a sacrificial car, quote unquote, to help us prevent damage to the historic coaches. And then let's see, let's pull up this video. This is me riding my coach. This is we've made it out to Durango, from Durango to Silverton, and now we're back on the way to Durango. We're going about 20 miles an hour in this video here. You hear the click-clack, 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 click-clack as the wheels of the trucks, or for those of you in the UK, bogies, go over the joints of the truck. Let's see here. I'm going to go and pause that so I'm not talking over the clickety-clack. to back up on this. So this here is at the Colorado Railroad Museum. Basically a giant loop. We're on the west end of the rail alignment. Down here to what camera left is the platform where people would, board the train. And so this video is the parade of trains. It's for the Colorado Crossings event, which celebrates Colorado's railroading history. And you'll get to see some very unique pieces of equipment here.
Okay, get ready. Very Westy, don't get in the shot.
So this right here, this guy right here, this is, as you see it says right here, this is motor number 2. It's done by the Rio Grande Southern, RGS. And basically they took a 1930s Pierce Arrow car and put it on rails. So as that they could maintain, one of the big sources of revenue for the railroads back in the day was transporting mail. It's a mail contract. So the U.S. Postal Service would contract out, for example, the Rio Grande Southern, within its operating zone to transport mail from point A to point B and dropping off and picking up letters along the way. And the RGS, too, because of course it was having for many years financial difficulties, the way that they could avoid not having to send out a steam locomotive and a rail car is that they could have a motor do that same task. A lot fewer people, a lot less maintenance, saving a lot more stuff. And so basically that is how the RGS was able to keep in service. The motors got the moniker of galloping geese. I don't remember the whole story about that, but they got that story. So just going to let the parade run by. At least the part of the first lap here. Yep.
Oh!
Coming now.
Oh, I see the steam. These are so cute.
Alright, so that of course was this is of course Rio Grande Southern number 20. We're going to momentarily mute so that I'm not talking talking over the chugging. So the motor, the galloping geese, basically they take the place of a whole steam locomotive, which is engineer, fireman, brakeman, plus at least one, if maybe several cars, and a caboose, and probably a conductor and a rear-end brakeman. So, at least 5 guys, whereas with a motor, like number 7 here, and this is one you can see right here on the second door, right here, you can see the Galloping Goose logo. This, of course, was originally, the body there was originally sort of sealed off. RGS later converted it to use it as a means of tourism, having people going up and down the line because it's very scenic. Yeah, it's very interesting, and some of the stuff, it's desperate times call for desperate measures. So let's see here. Hope the next video. Alright, so this guy right here that you just saw walking away from us and then crouched here into the cooler, this right here, that is Mark Heiss Huber. the guy that I was finally got to meet. And right here, the guy with the hat that we could see, facing 20, that's one of his compatriots in arms, Brett Weevil, frequent appearing on Mark's channel. And so, and then the guy right here with his back poking out the cab, that is Jeff Taylor. He is the curator of rolling stock at the CRM. Basically, this is his train. He is the one responsible for making sure that it runs, that the track is good, the locomotive runs, the coaches run, blah 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 blah. So we're gonna let the train pull out here, guys. All right, so hopefully, Burbles, you've seen some of the train stuff here that I've been got to finally see in person and with Heist and all that. That's the link to his YouTube channel I posted just a moment ago. But yeah, then this is not standard gauge equipment. What we saw with the Durango and Silverton here at the Colorado Railroad Museum with 20 and other stuff here at the Colorado Railroad Museum, it's 3-foot gauge or 914 millimeters for those of you on the metric system. It's not even quite meter gauge, but the standard gauge is 4 foot 8.5 inches for those of us here in the U.S., or 1,435 millimeters for those of you on the metric system. And but yes, this is some of the stuff that I was like, yee, finally. Yeah, it's just real neat, some of this stuff. Tree loves history. Tree parents taught him to love history. So I'm taking a look here at the time, guys. We're going to take here a little break. I, for one, need to go use the little trees room, take a stretch and all that. And so, yeah, guys, go and everybody stand up, stretch, go get something to eat, go get something to drink, use the restroom. I'll see you all here in a few minutes. Okay, guys, Tree is back, at least vocally. So, yeah, Burbles, what you're thinking about there is a saying by George Santayana. Those who fail to remember their history are destined to repeat it. Yeah, that's George Santayana. Is who you're thinking about there. I'm just quickly backing up my world while I'm thinking about it. And let me bring Minecraft back up here. Let's see. It was from Spain. A Spanish philosopher, essayist, and all that. So yeah, it's that is something that you may have learned from me, but I'm not sure. Yeah, there's the link to his Wikipedia article. Let me get there. Oh, Minecraft's now up to since we went live, Minecraft has gone from 121.10 to 121.11. So our little distraction made we had a thing happen. It still looks like though we have a yeah. Still looks like it looks like we still have our what's it? Our thing. So is that a good thing? Probably. How are you still thinking about 120.1, Burbles? So freaking long ago. Now you see, for me, like I said, I have nothing against modded. I've played modded. I just love the challenge of vanilla. It's also the KISS principle. It means keep it simple, stupid. You know, when it comes to stuff, and that's why I've only ever played quote-unquote light modded Minecraft. Whenever I have played modded, basically it's just easier for me to, I know that modded can do a lot. You know, having played not Lupito's Galacticraft, what's his face, gosh, yeah. Oh, life sucks. Said, I'm gonna be, not worrying about my investment. We were talking about investing earlier. No, the original, I think it was, McDoodle, that was it, McDoodle. To my knowledge, he was the one who originally came up with the Galacticraft mod, and others later incorporated his, and I've seen in several places, others have incorporated his mod into their mod packs. So and back in the day, I saw Achievement Hunter play the original McDoodle's Galacticraft, and then that was like in sometime in 2012 or 2013. Then in 2018, 2019, they played Lapito's Galacticraft, which took in stuff like Sky Factory and or a lot of mods that included stuff from like Sky Factory and all that, and just basically a whole bunch of other mods that would permit a whole bunch of other stuff to occur, like resources, other planets, etc., etc., etc. And all that sort of jazz. And there was, suffice to say, a lot of drama with that series. Ah! Just trying to... torch so I could finish taking out this fellow virtual botanical brethren, so his canopy would start despawning, so that I could quickly run over to sleepy sleep place area and quickly sleep, and then go from there. Quickly go ahead here and do a yeah, I myself, when we back in 2020 when we played Galacticraft, that was McDoodle's Galacticraft. Unfortunately, McDoodle has not been able to do a lot of work on it, and so a team of folks have taken it over, and they keep doing up as time permits for them. They sort of provide updates, but they have what's called Galacticraft Legacy, and they keep going. They keep what they can doing with McDoodle's input. I'm actually part of their Discord. So yeah, that is a thing. That is a thing. Go ahead and make up a chest here, another chest, so I can make a deposit so that keep that stuff going. I think it's available, as I recall, it's available on the Curse client. Galacticraft Legacy. I know we were talking tech earlier, a little bit about tech. I'm starting to get some money set aside finally to get the main rig here fixed. I'm not going to be for the next few pay periods. I'm definitely going to not be worrying about so much about investing, because I'm getting so sick and tired of all the technical issues of having a partially dead motherboard. That I have a 16 gig GPU, so that's wunderbar. That is a block. Come here, you. Do one more tree here, and then we will go do another roundup over yonder for stuff. I don't remember. I don't remember. In between, you know, work, playing other games. I've had game burnout, and you know I don't want to have game burnout with Minecraft. I get a lot of kick out of it, but yeah, with work, other games, other IRL, blah 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 blah. It's just I don't remember. That with some of my investments now going where I want to go, having them be where I want to be, have them be for the time being. It's hopefully that'll help that part out. So if I ever somehow won the lottery, which of course I highly doubt I ever will, I'll at least have my investments to help me out. Unfortunately, I can't live off them right now. I wish I could. Yeah, that would take winning the lottery. As I said, I have learned from gambling. There were several periods where I was gambling a little too much, and I just wish, yeah. Good. Ah, 118, huh? Well, this is a 119 based world, so it would have been included with that. Gosh darn it. I just found myself thinking, back to Caesar 3, whenever you would get a, debt for the first time, and Caesar would have to bail you out. And then, of course, any subsequent time you got into debt, it was like, ha! My governors think money grows on trees. Yeah, it's, for getting, diamonds, it's not quite as fun. I literally have had to go from, the pre-118 days. I have literally had to split the mine into 2 different mining zones. I've had to have I've had to adjust, instead of being formerly, block 12, and being able to get, a decent chance of hitting some diamonds. It's not that you don't hit diamonds anymore. It's, you still gotta do a thing. But these days, I'm at block 15, and then whatever the Z is for, the best Z, whatever it is for diamonds. and negative whatever it is. So we have block 15, the regular mines, which is more kiltered toward getting iron, which of course I need, and then the deep mines. That is very much an ouch. Don't worry about that sort of stuff. Once we get these virtual... Oh, yeah, it's, the jacked up system. Yeah, it's, yeah, sorry about that. I thought you were talking... When I saw you say ouch, I thought you were talking about, needing to split up mining ops. That's what I thought you were talking about. Yeah. Yeah, it's, just, trying to, after, instead of being able to have a simplistic thing of mining, we have to do it more complex. Go ahead here quickly, do a thing, collect up stuff. Alright, we'll finish up with these guys right here. We will convert the logs and planks, of course, into chests. And then we will go do a little bit more installation and go from there. So I just really need to spend some time mining. Making sure I had gotten all the wood blocks right there so that the guys could successfully despawn. excuse me. That felt good. We're getting there. Ooh, that's an idea. We can use an amount of the sticks we've gotten to make up some more item frames. Hooray! I do need more item frames for the item sorter. This, of course, reduce demand and pressure on the wood planks here, so as that I don't have to worry about like breaking them down so many sticks. As in chickens, I do not have a chicken farm. I used to have a chicken farm, but that was a long, long time ago in a hobbit hole that has mostly been destroyed. All right. Oh, leather. Yes, I do have a cow farm. I saw leather and read it as feather. So yes, I do have that. I am gonna have to go do some cow farming eventually, but for the moment I've got plenty of I have many moos, as I'm fond of saying. My little rhyme that I love to say during that. Make more moves. I'll probably have to do for my next world is I mull over this in my canopy, which I've sort of got going on in aforementioned canopy, is yeah, something like that, Burbles. Let's go ahead and deposit that there. Room is I'll probably have to make like a low grade a low capacity what I'm thinking I'll do is as part of the base, probably make a low capacity, probably 2 or 3 levels worth of stuff for a sugarcane farm. Also try to get myself a skelly spawner and get myself a skelly spawner and hopefully get myself to the point to where between those two things I will be able to start doing some stuff. You know, make up a small what's it thing. Come on, tree. Use your head. Use your canopy. Get a bunch of bone meal so that I can have at least a partial tree farm going. And be able to, you know, make the wood for the smelter. Get the smelter and the item sorter going. And try to have them finished. I mean, work on various parts of base. Because I've already got some plans in my canopy related to that, so... Let's go ahead and do some loot pickup. Yeah, basically make a several level high sugarcane farm. Try to use that in conjunction with a skelly farm, and that way I can also have a food farm, so as that I can have food to be able to make leather, so I can then, of course, you also have trees and blah blah blah. And this will be enough. This should be enough timber. But yeah, just get that way. That way I can get, you know, a lot of stuff going. Not gonna worry about the sticks for right now. Put you back. Yeah, this is a fair amount of chests right here. This should be good. Let's go ahead here. We will grab all those guys because I want to take these and put them in the composting system. Let's grab our stuff here. We'll go put all the apples and the saplings into the you know what? I just realized. He just gave himself a thought. We need to go. We're going to go to the village. Let's run over to the village. See if they might have something in redstone. See if we can find the right sort of villager. I think it's clerics, I think? Don't remember. Figured, why not go ahead and quickly double check that while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, well, it's interesting. We will ride through the night. At least we have a path to guide us to the thing. Yeah, 30 on is my fast boy. Hello, sheepy sheep. We used to have a little narrow 1x1 block, 1 block wide bridge right there, made of cobble. Sea turtles. There a home away from home. Come on. Spare horse right here. Unnamed. Head. Take this chest right here. That way we have now a full stack instead of 62. Yep. Farmer. I thought I had more than enough farmers here. That's a farmer. Sorry, dude. I even have a. I think I have a. May have a cleric. Yeah, we have a church. Where in the heck is a cleric? A weaponsmith. Cartographer. Where in the bloody heck is a cleric? I thought there was a cleric in this town. I'm trying to find Definitely thinking I need to come help support the village here. These guys are, of course, nitwits or farmers. I'm thinking I want to build up some more houses here to help this village out. And sure nobody was there in the pool. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is... we have the brewing stand, which is what I recall that needs to have the thing. Maybe I need to move and replace. Yep. I think it's the cleric that does the, what's it? I have to go double check. Let's see here. Yeah, cleric. Villager that trades magic items like ender pearls, redstone, dust, glowstone, and other enchanted potion or other enchanting or potion ingredients. Purple robe with the creeper emblem on back. Like I said, I do not know why I've not. We got plenty of room, and I can always add more houses to help with the population. Maybe that's our guy. Come on, Mr. Nitwit. Get your posterior down there. Oh, there we go. some emeralds. Yes, indeed. So we now have a reason to get rotten flesh. So, let's, there we go. Since it's almost nighttime, let's, come on. Now that since I do have a zombie farm, I may have to... Come on! Ah, sun in my eyes! There we go. Ah, sun in my eyes again! Alright. I'm gonna go get ourselves some emeralds and some rotten flesh. Excuse me, but it felt good. Now, don't remember how much rotten flesh I got, but we'll get what I can. At 30 on, he is our fast boy. Yeah, that's the way to put it. Let's go ahead here. We'll head over to make sure to give myself some room. Let's go make a deposit of these chests. Yeah, plenty of chests. Did I yank any good stuff down here? I know that with the reorganization, I put stuff sort of willy-nilly. Diamonds. I don't think I did emeralds. I'm seeing diamonds. Don't think I have anything over in the zombie mob farm to that is worth trying to rescue. But future runnings of the farm, that farm, I can make sure to put them on save mode instead of destroy mode, and get stuff from the guy there. God, I don't have any emeralds. At least I got some rotten flesh. I had more emeralds. At least go get a little bit of additional redstone. Ow. I think we'll go ahead at some point. Do an expansion of the village. We do it Twee style. We won't worry about giving it a, you know, any of the natural generation or a Mojang. Okay. Now, well, I am starting to get sleepy, Burbles. Oh, come on. And I do, of course, have to gosh darn it, Burbles! You sir are a butt. No caffeine. I have a night job, Burbles. I no need caffeine.
Ha. 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 Ha.
Oh, gold. I got some gold back in
Huh?
what's it that we can use as a...
Ha.
So what's it?
Ha.
Alright. Well, we got ourselves a little more redstone. I think this is going to have to be a thing for a future episode is come out here, expand the village, try to get some more specialties going. We'll go ahead here, guys. What time is it? Yeah, let's head back to thing. Come on, 30 on. Let's head home, son. Spend a few more minutes going here. Excuse me. Let's know they've additional particle effects for the seeds. Interesting. At least on the model right there, both in the hotbar and when in hand. yes, we have gotten ourselves some additional stuff. Yeah, that's the plan, Burbles. Oh, let's see here. Boom. Metal nugget and our nugget is totally in the wrong place. Indeed it are. Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling. So close to the gold supply that we're gonna need. That we're gonna need for oh, hello. Stretchy the roots. Stretchy or wetchy the roots so as that we don't feel so, or at least I don't feel so screwed up. Yeah. I have to go get some more stuff to get all this going. Let's see here. I think there's the item frames I was thinking about that I wasn't sure if I had, and all that jazz. So all right. We're gonna go ahead here, guys, so I can start getting ready to go to bed. Finally, we're gonna go ahead here, and time for us to end the stream. So let's go ahead and we're gonna head on out. Hope you guys will, of course, join me for this raid. Let me see who is live. Yeah, if you've been watching here on Twitch at twitch.tv/OsageOrange, please remember to go ahead and hit that follow button. If you've been watching over on the YouTubes at youtube.com/OsageOrangeGaming, please remember to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon for notifications. It really does help. And so I have found for us someone we can go say hi to. Let's see here. Up, laggy twig finger. Gosh darn it, guys. We're going to go say hi to Lil. She's, of course, been here on stream, but she's currently doing some modded Minecraft, so we'll go say hi to her. Make sure to select our raid call, which is the Tree Grove has arrived to bring you eggnog, tinsel, mistletoe, and good holiday cheer. Please wait for me to post first. I want a nice, strong raid behind me. Hope to catch you, hopefully, Thursday/Friday for another episode of Midwestern Minecraft. This will probably be bookmarker week is what I'm thinking. I can do a quick little thing here. Yeah, we'll do this as our bookmarker week. That way we can get some of our other holiday streaming stuff in for stuff and reasons and blah 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 blah. So yeah, then Saturday will be another episode of City Building Saturdays in Pharaoh Cleopatra. We'll be continuing our stuff with Hedop Senusret. And of course, next Sunday will be another episode of Titan Quest: The Loot Grind. Hopefully, at its regularly scheduled some point Sunday. So, anywho, let us get this raid party started. As appreciates everybody who has come out, and I hope to catch y'all in the next episode. Ta-ta for now.